All right, let's go.
Love
when Pete does that and it's like a second behind it.
Hello and welcome to another Woodshop podcast.
I didn't want you to
With
stop.
Mike Coffey of Coffey Custom
Oh, that's
Builds,
fine. It's
Daniel Dunlap of
when you
Daniel
talk, I
Dunlap,
don't sing.
Peter Kapar of Petrie's
Out of
Workshop.
respect.
Find us all as well as
For
the
the dead.
podcast on Instagram and YouTube.
I like the part with all the raping stuff.
Welcome to episode 46 of another Woodshop podcast, the Dunwap, the weird average podcast of podcasts.
Nice.
What's going on, guys? What's going
What's
on,
up?
Dan and Mike?
What's up?
I think my new goal for the new year is to make Dan laugh uncontrollably right before we go live with the recording. You know what? These guys made me drink a bunch of bourbon right before I have to do a sponsored ad read. And I think
We made him.
They forced us. Us. I don't have
Them.
multiple personality disorder. Hey, Bear Hollow, thank you so much for sponsoring the show. No, seriously, we do love Bear Hollow. Brady over there is the man. We really appreciate them for supporting us. We'd really love it if you would support them, please. They have really good hardware, and they got other stuff as well. They got tools, and you can actually buy direct ship wood from them, and they got a lot of stuff on their website, and I've ordered a lot of stuff from there. They have really good stuff. So good stuff for sure. No, big thank you that's a pre-show joke. Big thank you to Bear Hollow Supply for supporting the show, and we really would appreciate it if you went and checked out their website. I'm having a hard time talking. Words are difficult. I don't know what we normally do now, but I think Pete says something about our Patreon page.
Yeah, it's great, Mike.
Okay.
No, but if you want to help,
okay.
if you want to help support the show, help us grow, help us keep this going, keep this nonsense going. Make sure to check us out on Patreon. Go to patreon.com/another woodshop podcast. And I know this is out of order, but I'm going to say, check us out on YouTube. Just throwing it in there. Just a little sprinkle. Mike.
Now I'm spinning into a death spiral.
Yeah, you are.
I don't know what I'm supposed to say.
trying
now.
to
Army Ant Death
You
Spiral.
may say the names of the really nice people
Army Ant
that
Death
are.
Spiral. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, we got 3 new sponsors. Nope, we got 3 new patrons this week.
Sponsors.
Man. They're sponsors of the
They're
show.
kind of mini sponsors.
Yeah.
No, well, they're big time stuff, really.
I'm waiting for my tools from them.
The big, jeez Louise, you're such a sellout. The biggest, not the biggest. The first one is Daniel Langley. They're all the same. This is your guys'
They're
fault.
in size
Legitimately
order.
your fault. Oh man, we've already done Bourbon Mike Strikes Again. What is it like? Bourbon Mike the Clone Wars or something like that? Is that what we're gonna have to do for
I like
this
that.
one?
We can shop that. That's cool.
The Bourbon Mike Menace. Anything Star Wars. The first one is Daniel Langley. Thank you for supporting the show. Chad Bratton at Rescue Woodco. He really makes some cool boards. That's all I'm going to say about that. Nick Brim, thank you for supporting the show, man. I think that's a Dunlap buddy, right? He's over by you, right?
He lives a block away from me.
Oh, that's right. He's the guy that makes the cups.
Yeah, they're getting
Yes.
closer.
And he's the guy that bought something from me on my Etsy store. He's a good dude. So thank you, Nick, for supporting us. Seriously, from the bottom of our hearts. We really do appreciate you guys so much. So
Super cool, dude.
that's awesome. It's so cool to find people near you, right? Through this community.
Yeah, it's
I
crazy.
don't want to like
I had
it's
no
just like-
idea he was over there, and he's like, "Hey," he was watching my stories one day, and he saw like in the background, one of my neighbors goes like full bore on the Christmas lights.
Christmas thing. Yeah.
Yes, and he saw the house in the background of one of my stories, and he's like, I think I live a block from you." So we started chatting.
And you guys have been dating ever since?
Yes.
beautiful.
It
The
was
real
it
lady
was
in the
much more
tramp
wholesome
story.
than finding each other on Grindr.
I mean, that's how we found. I mean, seriously, think about it. Like through this community, like we found each other. I've made multiple friends from this community, like legit, real friends. It's really sad. Anyway,
Really
no,
sad.
it's really sad. It's real sad. No, it's really cool. What do we do now normally? What's on my
Hang on.
bench?
I have
What?
I have a Star Wars title. The Tale of
Go.
Bourbon Fett.
Mm-mm.
Like Boba Fett?
You're only supposed to say good things.
It is a good thing.
Um,
Well, Dan doesn't get it because he doesn't watch Star Wars, but you should.
yeah,
get it.
Dan's like trying to think about Harry Potter references and stuff. Dan looks very upset right now, more than normal.
Dan, are you looking into the sun because you're squinting a lot?
I don't
We started
understand
deciding
that
to
reference
record
at
at
all.
4 p.m. Dan doesn't know what's going on.
So early.
Is that
Hey,
it?
yeah.
Okay, well, let's call the show. It was a good intro. Let's wrap it up. Oh yeah, okay, we'll do the song.
Then we do the thing.
I'm gonna throw in the edit right now. Okay, perfect. Daniel Dunlap of DanielDunlapWoodworks.com. I don't know if that's real. Nope.
It's sort of real, but
That doesn't
don't
make
talk about
sense. It either is or isn't. What did you do
Kinda
this week? It's kind of real. What does that mean?
There's stuff there at DanielDunlapWoodworks.com, but there's not a whole lot.
Ooh, that sounds weird.
Go into it right now.
That's a really
do
good
that.
way to get people to go to your website.
Don't do that.
There's stuff there, but it's not legal, air quotes.
I finished the teak shower floor. I finished
Party
the-
shower floor?
Yep.
Yes. It's a giant party shower, dude.
Yeah.
Hey, Dan, why don't you page
Shower.
redirect to GoFundMe?
It's to pay off his Menards credit card.
It's a consumer purchase card. It's not a
I
credit
got a
card.
$13,000 balance on my Menards card. You guys got to help.
I'm sorry, Dan. Back to you.
I finished refinishing the writing desk. So hopefully I'll deliver both of those tomorrow or Sunday. We're recording on Friday, if you didn't know. I've started making a coffee bar, solid walnut coffee bar.
I will sue you. You can't call it that.
There's no why. You
Oh,
can't sue me.
you're fine. Go ahead. Sorry.
Re-ease.
There's three.
Coffee.
And I'm going to start working on the giant, ridiculous bookcase. I'm still trying to hash out the design with my client. I got all the wood and the material for it. I spent
You got all the
a
wood?
small fortune on material this last week. But yes,
Crazy.
I got most of it. That's what's on my bench.
Can you call the YouTube video giant ridiculous bookcase?
I don't know if there's going to be a YouTube video, but there probably
Okay.
should be.
Yep.
I
There
really
won't be.
should
That's
make
what that
more
means.
YouTube videos. I think that's Mike's way of telling me to make more YouTube videos.
It
was
was
that?
very
Giant-
subtle.
Giant ridiculous what? What did you call it?
Kind of
Just-
bookcase.
Bookcase? All right.
Giant ridiculous bookcase. And I want Dan to be photoshopped into one of the little enclosures because it's
Yeah.
all like cubed off, right?
Just be like,
Yeah, it's like a very Tetris-y
Whoa.
like bookcase.
Yeah. Tetris. Super cool reference.
It's
Cool.
like a
All right.
It's going to be like a Tetris bookcase, but every shelf is going to be like a cutting board. It's going to be laminated. It's going to be like walnut. I think it's going to be walnut, mahogany, white oak, and maple.
Nice.
Every panel. It's going to
Yeah.
be.
You already picked up all the wood for that?
Well, I need to go buy more mahogany apparently,
oh,
Hmm.
yeah.
and white oak.
You're more mahogany.
Mahogany.
What'd you do
I've
this
had a
week?
few.
They
chocolate
call it
milk.
mahogany over there.
Mahogany.
It's like sapele and sapili is that whole thing.
the peely.
Tomato, potato.
I have to, before we go on, I have to talk about Dan tagging me in a story when he went to ethnic sandwiches this week.
Sandwiches.
I had so many people be like, "Oh, that's really real."
You didn't tag me.
That's really real. You didn't
No,
go.
I didn't tag you because I'm sorry. I'm sorry,
This
This
is
is
Peter.
an
over here
AB
doing show notes.
conversation.
See your way out of it.
Yeah, I was. It was so good. It was a highlight.
It's a
of the
real.
week.
It's a real thing. And
It's been a bad week.
ethnic sandwiches. I ordered the hot beef and mashed potatoes. Very ethnic.
Mhm.
I really
Nickname
wanted,
in high school.
really wanted to do a story. I really wanted to do a story on the inside of it because it's just like white ladies. It's just white ladies.
In ethnic sandwiches, it's just
In
white
ethnic.
ladies.
Did they call
Fantastic.
you Shiga when you're in there?
No, it was nothing. It's just, it's so funny. I didn't realize how funny that place was until Mike pointed it out when he was here visiting from California.
We're driving down. I don't know. I guess it would be the main street of Bellevue, right?
Bellevue, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, actually, it's
we're
Bellevue into Omaha. It's 13th Street. Most people,
Yeah,
who
we're-
are- me know.
we're
know what that
we're
means.
driving down the street, and I'm like, "What?" As a Californian, that place would have been shut down 32 years ago. Yeah. There would not be a place called Ethnic Sandwiches in
That's
California.
the name of the place.
It's weird that it survived the whole Union.
It made it,
What?
the Civil War.
Yeah, and they proudly have on their sign Ethnic Sandwiches established in 1977.
I'm pretty sure it was illegal back then too.
It's a busy place. I mean, they make good food.
I mean,
wouldn't
you'd
call
have
it
to make
ethnic.
You'd have to make good sandwiches if you're running a business called Ethnic Sandwiches. Otherwise, you're just
I went in
gonna get
there.
shut down.
I went in there
You
and I
can't
was
be
like,
ugly and mean.
I went in there and I was like, I'd like the Philly cheesesteak, and she's like, oh, we don't do that on Tuesdays. That's a Monday sandwich. I'm like, well, what's Tuesday? Hot roast beef and mashed potatoes. I'm like, okay, I'll take that.
Mashed potatoes on a sandwich is like.
Have you never had a hot roast beef and mashed potatoes?
I haven't had with mashed potatoes, although we have this thing called fat sandwiches in Jersey, which is basically just like they put French fries and like chicken nuggets and stuff and everything on there. Great stuff.
What?
Yeah, back to you.
Sounds
they just,
like
wipe the
heart
counter
attack
off.
on a sandwich.
It's called fat sandwiches. It'll be like fat Greek and fat just
okay.
just all this stuff. Yeah, it's weird.
Remember when this used to be a podcast about woodworking?
Pre-show we were talking about cars.
I love sandwiches.
We moved on.
Another sandwich podcast.
Another sandwich podcast. What else, Dan?
I think that's it. I think
that's
I'm done. Pete, what's
I
up?
think you threw it to you.
I did a long time ago.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll talk now. Mike, you just keep sipping. So, please. I need you nice and mean later.
Oh, it's gonna be
Put me in my
bad.
place. I know. Fine. I already got my hankies here for crying.
It's gonna be bad. You're gonna cry for sure.
This
look at
week-
that shirt.
And I
For
think
sure.
Mike and I are going to agree on something for once. And it's going to
Finally,
be
that's not true.
this week sucked.
Yeah,
It's
this
like
week
so
was
hard.
not good.
I think we both had a bit of a rough week. I had to go into New York City for work, like on site 2 days. And then a day last week. And I usually go in once a month. Now I'm going in multiple times. And I was inside a hospital the whole time. That's fun. Because I work for a hospital.
I don't
That's
believe
great.
you.
Is there something going on that would make a hospital more dangerous than normal?
Yeah, it's right down a block from Ethnic Sandwiches Bodega. Bodegas are small shops in New York, for those of you that aren't from around here. Yeah, learn something good. So that's not because I have to get up at 6 a.m. and you guys all know I pull late nights. I have to be in the city by 8 o'clock. And then by the time I leave and drive for an hour and change in traffic, I'm not home till like 6, 7. So just exhausted. It wasn't getting much done, but I knocked out a couple orders. The good thing is though, Christmas came, I guess, late. It all came this week. Everything
Early.
I ordered.
I believe you're thinking of The Price is Right, Pete. Wait, no, that's not how that joke went.
It's a joke to something else.
Yeah, you wouldn't get it because we had to edit it out because we had a technical failure.
It's definitely not take 2, and we're not trying to repeat everything.
We haven't heard this before.
Mistakes. Anyways, my bandsaw came in that I ordered back in like late October, early November. That landed, and my Prusa printers landed all on Monday. And the best part is I've been so busy this week. They're still sitting in parts and I haven't been able to put them together. And ironically, I was busy with these orders and what's up?
Have you got a chance to like use the bandsaw yet? That's
Oh yeah, the
amazing
bandsaw immediately got set up. That I don't know why that took priority, but it just did.
That's
you
don't know why?
Pivotal
'Cause it's
tool
dope.
in
I know
my
why.
shop
I
these
know.
days.
I resawed a bunch of stuff. I hooked up dust collection to it already. Dan told me that I did it wrong because I'm supposed to run 2 separate hoses to my dust collection and not
No, I told
to a
you.
Y.
I told you. I was like,
I know.
oh, why did I do it like that?
Apparently Dan ran dual hoses to his dust collector instead of like 2 and then I guess to a Y eventually. I just like mated them straight to a Y and then one out.
I did the Y.
That's not how you're
at
supposed to
the
do it.
dust I did the
You're
Y.
supposed to do it how Dan did it.
Right.
Pete's is wrong.
Okay, that's fine. Well, come
Yeah.
to Jersey and fix it for me.
You're gonna lose. Oh, I mean, I will with
Oh,
my hands
and
and kisses.
don't threaten me with a good time.
Dan looks very
cannot-
uncomfortable.
I cannot wait for you guys. To
And
come
he
out
was
here.
singing Justin Timberlake before we recorded. so-
on a loop.
I
This
was
man
not.
is obsessed.
I was
Literally, anytime we're like, "Oh, wait, hang on, I have to do
can't
this," he'd be
prove
like,
that.
"All right, let me play it one more time."
You can't prove none of this. I don't,
Yes, we
you
can.
guys-
It's all recorded.
All recorded.
I slipped Pete a 5, and in Polish
It
talk,
was
that's a
recording
20.
Well,
when I was doing
It's all gonna be after the audio. It's gonna be in there.
FML.
Yeah,
Great.
Fudge
Great.
your life. But yeah,
Nice way to clean
that
those letters
bandsaw
up.
is fantastic. It's literally been the thing I've been waiting for. I was going to sell my current one, but I decided against it because I want to be a baller
Good
like my
call.
Coffee and have two,
McCoffee.
not four.
McCafe.
McCafe.
For
I
sure.
also ordered a couple of things because I had a good holiday season. I was like, let me treat myself, get some quality of life improvements in the shop. So I got a Jessam router lift, I got a dado stack, and what's the third thing? Oh, and I got the short festival track. Figured, you know what? Let me order a couple things.
Where'd you get those from?
I got them from Rusty. I'm like Macbeth. Love that dude. So I ordered them from him, and he got them to me real super fast, and the price was right, so I had to jump on it. And the last thing is we started to move, even though we didn't buy a house.
Weird
yeah,
play.
Yeah, weird, right?
I'm retiring, even though I haven't retired.
I haven't retired yet. I still don't have enough money to live off of. No, we the house has finally hit like just it's too full of stuff. We were kind of going nuts. We have all this stuff from the wedding. My shop's growing, and there's tools in there that I'm not using, and other things that are just taking up space that aren't trash or things that we're going to need. We're just in a small space. So we finally decided, screw it, let's get a storage unit. So I actually put the second or the first original bandsaw in there because I am going to be keeping that. And then we threw a bunch of like the bikes, camping gear, all this stuff that we don't use regularly, threw it in there just to free up some space around the house. And this was a couple hours ago that we did this. It feels so much better already. Like I'm able to walk around my shop and there's room to put stuff. So I'm super stoked about that. And it really like, I'm all about like putting stuff out in the universe. Like, yeah, we're going to have a meetup. Like I keep talking about it. Yeah, we're going to buy a house. Like if I put it out there enough, it's going to happen. So this is just another step to getting out of this freaking house into something bigger. Anyways, Mike, what's on your bench aside from an empty bourbon glass?
Well, my son has been sick all week with the cold, and my wife has been sick with strep throat. So that's dope.
Damn.
It's been a tough week. Work was it's not that bad. Our life's pretty good. But the work was absolutely insane this week. I don't know. I mean, we were, the holidays, and then last week was it was Monday. Monday was MLK. So we had a short week. We're just like coming on the other side of a holiday. It's always slammed. So it's been really busy. We're actually doing year-end stuff for 2020 at work. So blah, blah, blah. Anyway, this week I didn't have a lot of time in the shop. Really, I made this file for these like boxes that I made, and I cut them on the CNC. And Dan, what's that?
No.
Okay, making a very concerned face.
I'm ripping
and
glue
10
off
minutes
my
ago when
jeans.
you did that, it ruined the show. So no, I made this design for a box, and you can cut them on the CNC, and I added the file to my Etsy store and the boxes. But that's all I've been working on really this week. I'm kind of in a holding pattern because tomorrow I've got 3 tables I'm working on for customers. Well, one's for us, 2 are for customers. Tomorrow I need to run up to Chico, which if you're not familiar with the area, it's about 2 hours north of here. I got to go up there to Bidwell Wood and pick up the bases. Bidwell is making the bases for me. I work with them on social media. They're on social media. Pete will put their information in the notes, their website with the code Coffey10. Wink. Anyway, if you buy stuff from their
DDWW10,
not that one, just the put Coffey10 and DDWW10.
I don't know if that's.
I'm going up there. Aaron and the crew up there makes really nice metal bases. So they're making
Coffey10 that gets you 25% off, right?
Yes. Cool. As you have guessed perfectly, Pete. So I'm going up there to pick those up, and then I'm going to start working on one of the tables. Our table will be backburnered, and then the following week, I'm going to go pick up the material for the bench I'm starting on. I'm building another bench. I actually went there this last week, and they didn't have the wood ready, unfortunately. It was a waste of a trip, but it is what it is. So this week's just been kind of getting ready for the storm ahead, because I've kind of taken on a lot for the next few months. I've got a lot of big projects coming up. Oh, the other thing is today I went and picked up a couple big sheets of HDPE. I made these. If you're watching the thing right over here, there's a conversion chart I had made. Yeah, you can't see it, can you? I made a conversion chart. Well, I didn't make it. My graphic artist gal made a conversion chart for me, and I'm going to be cutting it out on HDPE. So those are going to be up on my Etsy store soon. I just got to do some tool pathing tests on the CNC with that. So it's kind of what I got going on. Just kind of, I released a YouTube video today, and I am legit very proud of that video. So it will bomb because that's how these things work. But I actually,
it's an okay video.
I really like the video a lot myself. So I'm really proud of it.
I thought it was great.
It's got some good jokes.
I even paid you a compliment where I called you funny, and I don't just tell anyone that they're funny.
Thank you for sure.
Welcome.
Interesting.
You're welcome.
Not bad.
No, I really did like. That was my first video I've edited in Final Cut Pro, and I really am very excited about having an editing program on my computer. So it's expensive, but I'm really glad I did it. So anyway, that's kind of my week. Just getting videos out. Really, 2021, I'm going to really push for YouTube. So just going to chase that really hard and not let myself fall back on that. That's my week.
Dope.
I mean, what do you guys want to get into questions now?
Jump right into questions. We got a bunch today.
We have a decent amount. Let me see here. Let me get that open. So many episodes in the folder now, you know.
Yeah, maybe we bundled them by year.
Yeah, I need to bundle some up. We'll eliminate the last 40 or something, since
just don't delete them by accident.
No, I'm gonna bundle them into a file. I'll archive them.
Okay. Like you did last week, where they disappeared.
Right. I didn't. That was Apple.
Okay.
This
Apple.
first 2 questions is from Adam Barnett. I'm gonna play the first one right now, if it'll play right away.
Hey guys, it's Adam from Barnett Custom Woodworks. So I have a CNC machine, and I use the masking tape and CA glue trick pretty much to hold everything. I don't really even use any clamps or anything like that. But because of that, I stock a ton of masking tape all the time, and I just go to the big box store and I buy masking tape, yellow, tan, whatever color you want to call it. All the videos I see on Instagram of all the other woodworkers are using blue painter's tape. Do you guys think there's a difference? I don't know. I use the masking tape for all kinds of stuff. Is there any reason everybody's using blue painter's tape instead? As far as I know, there's no difference, and I've never had an issue with it. But I don't know. What do you guys think?
Adam, everyone knows that the blue tape is 37% stronger. I don't know that there's any difference. Dan might know. He's been around. He's been doing this since 97, so he's old AF.
Is that your way of throwing it to me?
Yeah, Dan, now that I've insulted you, can you answer this question? No, I actually don't know that there's any difference, right? There's the same thing, right?
Not exactly. No.
Okay.
To my knowledge, painter's tape has a different adhesive, which will release easier. It's a softer adhesives, so it can. It'll release easier, and it'll fill in gaps and stuff easier. So if you're doing a porous surface, it'll fill in the gaps. Also, it'll release much better than a masking tape over a longer period of time. So if you leave it on there for a couple weeks or whatever, it'll release a lot easier, and masking tape tends to bind to your pieces a lot more. That's the real answer. Pete, what do you
Dan's hot tip?
Yep. For me, so also it's usually the blue tape is a little thicker as well. Yes. So that's another thing.
How many C's?
I'm a huge, I'm not even going to say how many C's.
Thick.
2 Q's, silent C.
THICCCCQUEEE.
English. So
did you say great content, Dan?
No, I said
that's great content.
My go-to is actually green tape. Not necessarily frog tape. Oh. You can get I have the 3M green tape, and it's great.
Not sponsored.
No, not. But I find personally that masking tape just rips unevenly. It's super hard to rip sometimes. You'll start peeling it and it starts just going off in its own direction. So the blue or green tape, I find it's a little thicker and a little more durable. And the green tape, especially if you're using it for any kind of painting or whatever, it sticks way better than even blue tape. And there's like this whole online war of blue versus green. I don't want to be part of that. Yeah, there is.
What a sad hill to die on.
Hey, everyone's got their
dog.
Nah, dog. Green tape. But yeah, I'm not
For
like
sure
saying you have to use green tape, but if you use blue tape, you're stupid. I'm just saying this is on the internet. So, Mike, what do you think?
I don't know, man. This is so dumb. Who cares about tape?
But for
Right,
what he's using it for, though, what you're using it on a CNC, hell yeah, masking tape. Just use it. Screw it. You're gonna peel it up anyways.
Yeah, you're gonna throw it away, dude.
Yeah.
Adam, don't stress, homie. If you were to ask me, I would say use X Fasten brand blue painter's tape. That's only because they sent me free stuff and they're pretty cool.
Yeah, they're great.
The next question, for sure. Right. Cool. This next one is from a young fellow named Adam Barnett. You may have heard of him because he was the last question.
Hey guys, it's Adam Barnett here. I've been pretty steady gaining followers on Instagram, but it seems like in the last month over the holiday season, I was posting a lot, doing the stories, posting about the same time every day. It just really plateaued. I don't know, maybe my content is just trash, but it just seemed like I was usually getting a follower or two a day, or, sometimes more than that, or, certain posts would do pretty well and I'd get more followers, but it really seems to have plateaued. Is there something I can do or something I'm doing wrong? I don't know. What do you think I need to do to kind of kickstart the page again? I feel like the engagement's kind of dropped off. My stories do pretty well. I see like 40 to 50 people looking at every story, but I don't even get that much engagement on my posts. So I don't know. What do you guys think?
Listen, you got to twerk. It's the only answer. You
got to work. That's right.
You got
to work.
Twerk.
I know what I said.
You got to make those cheeks clap, Adam. If you don't, no.
Make them reels clap.
No, listen here. Seriously, January is a wasteland for social media. It doesn't matter what I'm about to say. What I'm going to say right now is what really matters. Don't worry about it, dude. Seriously, you cannot sweat it. It will ruin your life if you think about that stuff. Just do your thing. Like, I know it sounds annoying when you're hearing it from someone who has more followers than you, but you cannot spend time thinking about it. It will literally eat you up inside. And I've been there. You just have to be like,
been there.
Yeah, you just have to not worry about it. You have to literally just do your thing and put out the best content or whatever you're doing. Put out the best, whatever it is you can do, and just don't sweat it because it's just not worth sweating because it's just Instagram. It does not matter. The content dies in 9 posts anyway. Don't sweat it. Seriously. Just put out your content, do your thing, and get interactions with people. Interact with people, make some relationships, whatever they are. It doesn't have to be like your best friend in the world. Just people you talk to, have some sort of conversation with people, and take that out of it. Don't sweat the numbers. You cannot. It will ruin your life. Dan?
You will see your numbers ebbs and flows.
Yep.
It'll go up and down.
Yep.
Consistency and engagement is king. Post consistently. Keep your posts on brand. If you're a woodworking page, post woodworking things. Don't post your baking hobbies. Don't do that.
Stay on brand.
Stay on brand, and try to respond to comments. Try to do comments for other people. I'm gonna be honest with you right now. I've been really terrible at commenting on other people's posts lately. Because I've been very busy.
Being active. You're posting stories.
I've been very busy.
Still engaging with people.
Yeah, I try to do everything else.
Michael.
Really?
I was actually going to start commenting
TikTok?
on posts.
Right now?
Yeah, I'm not doing anything. Dan's busy.
Bottom line, consistency. Be consistent. It's going to feel like an uphill climb.
ABC. Always be consistent.
Yes.
Always be clapping.
Always be clapping. Anyways, Pete, do you have anything to add to this?
Yes, I'm gonna ditto with a little amendment, which goes back to rule number 1, which is always be posting like content, engagement, and if you do enough content, you're gonna get lucky. Something's gonna blow up. It's just gonna blow up. Like something doesn't matter how big you are, how small you are. You can release something silly that you thought was. I've released throwaway posts that are. I mean, Dan, was that like the whole not fitting thing? That was kind of a throwaway post, or was that like?
It was kind of a throwaway post.
Yeah, like
there's
my
zero
whole
chance to justify that as anything but a throwaway post.
No, but like, yeah, it was a throwaway post. It's just to put up content, and it blew up for the weirdest reason.
Beyond that, before I had, thousands of followers, when I had I think I had 1,500 followers at the time. I posted something. I didn't think it would do good.
Yeah.
It was around Valentine's Day. I remember this because we were going up to my wife's hometown. We were going to go see my CPA, and we do that around Valentine's Day. Very romantic.
Yeah,
what a super dope tradition.
My phone was kind of quote unquote blowing up because a video was doing amazing. It got to 100,000 views, which is kind of
which was a video, not a reel.
It was a video. Yeah, this was before reels were a thing. And my mind was blown. It was the dumbest little video. I don't even remember what it was. But yeah, it just
working.
Like Pete said, you never know what's going to
something might just blow up. And you don't know
So
what will,
just
so
keep
just
at it.
post every day.
Yep.
That's
Consistency.
Next.
Yeah, seriously, Adam, don't sweat it. I know it sounds so annoying to hear, but you can't sweat it, dude.
And we said this last week. You're doing it wrong with Paul Jackman, right?
Right. You really just got
no one knows.
Just do it. My numbers are way down, but whatever. Here we go. Adrian Vita with questions from the internet.
Hey guys, it's Adrian here from Hickory Homestead Creations. And I just want to say thank you guys for the great tip on boosting my posts from my personal account. I've actually went and I liked 10 different posts every day, separate days, so that it looks like I'm actually having a boost of numbers throughout a time span rather than doing them all in one day. So that was a great tip. Aside from that, I got some Purple Heart ink, and so I was wondering, I've heard some things about it burning or whatnot, like if they're sanding it or cutting it, I'm not really sure. I've just heard references to it burning. So I was just wondering, what is your experience with working with Purple Heart? All right, thanks.
Pete, what's your experience with Purple Heart?
Well, yeah, it might burn a little bit more, but I mean, depending on nice. Like any wood can really burn. So just if your tools are sharp, like if you're getting burning on a table saw, might be your blade too. Because if you got a sharp blade, you shouldn't be getting too much burning. Definitely not with sanding, unless you're running it through a drum sander super deep. Like I was running some end grain through there, it was burning, but I don't really experience too much of that. Deep. I think if you're getting a lot of burning, it might be the tool, not the wood.
It's definitely the Purple Heart. That stuff burns like crazy.
I don't think
that stuff sucks.
So.
And it burns real bad and it stinks.
I
do not like Purple
when you're
Heart.
Doing what? Because I haven't
cutting
had
it.
Burning when I'm running it through the drum sander. It's honestly one of the only times that I see burning on it.
Through the table saw, I see it really bad.
Well, I guess table saw, but I mean, you sand it away.
Bad.
Whatever, you sand it.
And it stinks. Oh yeah, it's not a big deal. You just sand it away.
The worst is the dust. It just gets everywhere. Like everything's
it's purple everywhere. It's like
Valentine's Day.
Barney exploded in your house or something.
Yeah. Anyways, Dan, you go. Since my
Purple Heart's crazy dense. I don't know what the Janka scale is on it, but it's very
73 billion. I just looked it up.
It's pretty hard. 73 billion.
Wow.
So you want to make sure that you have a very sharp blade. All your tools are sharp whenever you're using that stuff in abundance. You're also going to want to make sure that your dust collection is good. Otherwise, like Mike said, it will look like Barney exploded in your shop.
Yeah.
And I think because it's an exotic, some people are allergic to it.
Yes,
and you could have an allergic reaction to that dust.
I mean, people are going to be allergic to all sorts of sawdust. So yeah.
Right. And bread.
and nuts. I mean, as long as we're talking about allergens.
Stop! I'm getting
Not
hungry.
allergies.
Getting hungry.
So yeah, bottom line,
Outlander.
Make
You know what I'm saying?
make sure your tools are sharp, your saw blades are sharp, your blades are sharp when you're using that stuff.
And honestly, you can have burn marks on everything, and then you just sand it away. It's fine.
That's true.
Yeah.
I get burn marks on maple. I mean,
I'm
Same.
I'm gonna make maple, yeah, for sure. Burn marks. I
And
don't
cherry.
like Purple Heart. Like I don't, yeah, cherry, yeah. I don't really like Purple Heart. It doesn't do anything for me. I know a lot of people do. There's nothing wrong with that. It's personal preference. I just not a big fan.
Cutting board people really love it. And I'm like, that's nice. It's
great.
nice,
It's great
but
wood.
It's okay.
I'd rather have
It
maple.
blows people's minds when you give them a product that has a purple wood in it and you tell them that's the natural color. And people
What
are
stain is that?
like, oh, that's natural.
Wow.
People don't understand that.
Wood does that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Non-woodworkers I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Bows
Normies.
those.
Muggles. Muggles.
Wuggles.
Wuggles.
The next question is, I think I didn't actually mark these by patron. We're just gonna jam through these. So this next one is it ASI Shop Life?
Yes.
Okay, here we go.
Hey guys, this is Jake with A Sweet Idea and ASI Shop Life on Instagram. I was just calling in with a question about shop projects, like cabinets and jigs and that sort of thing. How do you guys plan out your time as far as working those into your schedule? You know, a lot of us out there are doing this as a business, and just wanted to see how you guys, set that up, or if you made time within your schedule every week, or how you handled that. Thanks.
Daniel-san.
It's tough. I'm going to be super honest. I don't make time for it, but I will do it as time allows. I don't try to schedule time for shop projects because I'm busy. I'm lucky enough to be busy enough with actual client projects that I don't try to schedule shop projects, but as things open up, I will try to slide something in. So
That's what she said.
Yeah. Mike, what do you think?
I am in a very fortunate situation to have a day job. It's also not a fortunate situation, but for me right now, I'm investing every single penny of profit into my woodworking business. And that also means every free second I have into making my woodworking business more productive. And that means shop furniture gets a big focus for me because I'm able to be more productive when I get more organized. So anytime I have any downtime, I work on something that I've wanted to do in here, like any downtime. So I'm always investing either money or time into making my space the most efficient place I can make it become, so that when I eventually do go full time, I can be the most profitable that I can be. So I have the lowest overhead, because overhead includes wasted time just dicking around, trying to step around stuff and move things around multiple times. I don't have time for that. I hate that. I hate gross inefficiency. It just makes me so frustrated when I have inefficiencies in my shop or what I'm doing. It makes me, it bums me out. Like, bottom line is, it bums me out. Like when I have something that I know I can be doing in a more efficient manner.
I picture you just like moping around your shop. Oh, I wish this
better. I wish this was faster. It really does. Like, it slows me down and I get hung up on it. Like, I'm like, right now my out feed that I'm recording this on has some tools on it that I need to get up there, and it's bugging me super bad. Like, I need to get them into a home because they're in my way. And every time I have to move them from side to side on my table, if you add up that time over like a week, I've lost like 45 minutes to just moving crap around on my desk. I don't have time for that. So
makes sense.
I'm in a position where I need to, I am prioritizing those things, because I'm not in the position Dan's in where I need to pay my bills with my woodworking. I'm just trying to get as much money as I can from my woodworking to advance my woodworking so I can build my wood. It's just a weird, vicious cycle. Anyway, Pete.
Well, unlike these guys, I'm not really running a woodworking business. I mean, I do woodworking on the side, but I wouldn't consider that like my main business. And the thing is, like, I consider myself a serious hobbyist. Like, I don't need to crank out a project every week. I mean, I do something every week or whatever because I just need it for my mental health. It makes me feel good. But I love shop projects. I love just hanging out in a shop. It is call it a man cave or your sanctum, whatever you want to call it. Whatever, a boy cave. You know, I keep my
little tiny baby boy cave. Yeah, boy cave. Let's on reflection, that is really terrible. Let's not call it a boy cave.
Backpedaling now. Like for me, I love making shop furniture, shop jigs, because that's stuff I get to enjoy every single day while Mike laughs. Gotta write
Pete's
it down.
Boy Cave episode title.
Demonetize. But that's like, I'm fortunate enough where, I mean, I'm slammed a lot of the time, but I try to squeeze in some time in a shop and work on projects that I want to work on, that I'm going to get to see every day, and improve the tools that I have while Mike is just dying laughing. Anyways, that's it.
Boy Cave.
Oh, he is so drunk, Dan. He's so drunk.
I love it.
How dare you? Anyway,
Hammered.
the next question's from Brett Willis. You might recall him from calling in a question that was 2.5 minutes long to ask at the very last 2 seconds if we're team chamfer or team roundover. Here's his question.
We never played the whole question, though.
Hi, everyone. This is Brent West from Fox and
Nope.
West in Southern New Hampshire. Thanks for schooling me on how not to tell a story with my last call in a couple weeks back. But this week, short and simple, I am curious about if you guys would share a bit about your Etsy store experience, knowing that you just kind of started up for the podcast, and each of you are doing Etsy stores plus doing shirts made to order. As a workshop doing the same or aspiring to, could you just share your experience, tips and tricks? I'm sure many others would like to hear that as well. Thanks. Have a good night. Bye now.
Dan was pointing down. I'm not sure who you were pointing to because we're all in different configurations on each other's screens.
Pete.
Oh,
You have
Pete.
to go to
Am I
Pete
below you?
first.
I'm not going down on you. Anyways,
No, you're gonna go up on me.
Hey-oh. What? That's called the Dunlap. Anyways, I've had my Etsy shop for now about
Uppers, downers, roofies, flories.
2 years and 2.5 years about. The first year I made just nothing, chump change. But I also had like a thing or two things listed in my Etsy store. One was like, there's always like a woodworking thing. And then I started doing some 3D printed stuff when I started doing my push stick squares. And for a while, I was actually fighting it. I was like trying to do as many deals via Venmo or PayPal or cash sales or whatever, because I don't know, just like trying to like
IRS.
No, but I'm like, I was still
Just avoid those
keeping
guys.
track of all of it, and like was going to
Right.
disclaim it. I mean, I was tracking all my sales.
I'm
and
just
that's what I was
joking.
doing.
I'm joking.
I know,
believe
but
you.
because I was tracking all of it anyways, for just to see how much I could spend without getting anyone mad, or I can eat that month. And the thing is, okay, wait, but stop pointing. Stop.
No.
So distracting.
Go on.
Anyways,
Keep going.
so what was I saying? Oh yeah, Etsy store. I mean, completely off track.
You were
with your
saying
farm signals.
Petrie's Boy Cave.
So the Etsy store was not really doing well, but it was there and it started growing. You just have to put stuff out. As soon as I started dumping projects on there and new products every couple of weeks, I started seeing growth. And the stuff that I thought was going to do okay, it was like, again, it's almost like content. The more you put out there, the more you're going to sell, and something might actually blow up and people might actually like it. Also, if you add a level of customization, I find that those items do actually a lot better. And do your research. Don't short sell yourself. People going to Etsy they're not going there for a Facebook Marketplace deal. They're going there because they're going for artisan handmade items usually, which means they know the value of some of these items. So they're not going to go for the cheapest thing all the time. So don't sell yourself short. Shop around, look at what's out there, and just keep putting stuff out. I'm on this trek right now to once a month put up a new item at the very least on Etsy, because sometimes I think it's nothing, and it's going to, before I know it, in a couple months, it's made me $400, you know? So that's all I got. Now I'm going to point down to Mike.
That's me.
Yeah.
Was that right? Oh,
Yeah,
cool.
you were below me.
I had an Etsy store for a year and I'd say a year. I had a year, and over a year I had 4 sales. And then something happened in like August or September of 2020, and sales just went boop. And then through the holidays, it was nuts. I think COVID had a lot to do with that. People were ordering Christmas presents and having me ship them to their recipient. So that had a big uptick for sure. But Pete's right. I mean, honestly, if all of the items I had listed were all bangers, I would be screwed because I could not keep up with them. But because I have so many items on my store and they're all doing okay, I get pretty busy from Etsy. So, but if they were all busy, I'd be like in a really bad situation. So you kind of got to cast a wide net and get a bunch of things on there and hope for the best. So, I have some like Valentine's specific listing up right now. I did not think I would sell any of those things. They're all sold out. So you don't know what's going to hit. Like it's sometimes you just throw things up there. I like randomly cut out some heart trays out of a piece of walnut. I was like, this is a pretty piece of walnut. I'm going to cut some heart trays out of it. List them as a Valentine's thing, hitch my wagon to the Valentine's holiday. And I'm shipping the last 2 out tomorrow. So it's just like one of those things you just don't know what's going to hit and what's not. Some things will bomb. Some things will. I have items on my Etsy store that have had 0 sales in a year and a half now. So you just don't know what's going to happen. And then to answer your other question about shirts, Pete got us figured out with Printful, and that is the way. I mean, so here's the negative. The negative is you're not supporting someone locally. They're a big company who just fulfills shirt orders
They're a big
all day
company.
long.
That's all they do.
Who know? Yeah, like who knows like what their labor situations are in their factories. However, I will say that the shirts and everything that I've received from there is high quality, and they don't have any labor violations.
And
so
it's
it
comparable
seems like it's
to
all right.
prices you'd get locally, and they
No.
ship for you.
No, it's better than prices I could get locally,
Oh, really?
and I don't have to do anything for it.
Yeah.
Like I was like, I was really resistant because I thought for sure that my guy locally would be a better price. That's why I kept resisting Pete. And then I did it, and no, the price is better. Like when you factor in shipping and everything, the price is better, and I do nothing. Like when someone orders a shirt from me on Etsy, I just go, yes, shirt order. And then I'm done.
And you're done.
And then I'm done.
Completely
And then I
hands
collect whatever the dollar amount is. So going through Printful is the way to go. It's really fantastic with swag. I do get my shirts through someone else just because the Printful shirts my hats. I do get my hats through someone else because the Printful hats are not great.
Yeah.
So I really do prefer my hats to be, I'm kind of a hat guy. So for me, it's important that hats are nice. So I really want my hats to be nice. So I get them from somewhere else. So,
And if you want a Printful affiliate link, hit me up. I got one.
Yeah. Hit Pete up, or more importantly, hit me up.
Or hit me up.
So, no, just
I
hit
said
Pete
it
up.
first.
For sure.
You get the next episode.
Yeah, no, I don't care. It's fine. Hit Pete up. Pete was the one who came up with or he didn't come up with Printful, but he's the one that introduced it to my life. And it's been better.
Fun fact. I didn't. No.
You didn't?
I didn't come up with Printful. No, I did not.
You did not invent Printful. Yes. You introduced it to my life.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah. That Etsy is just kind of like you really have to optimize everything in Etsy to do well. Like you need to use all the tags. You need to have really nice pictures. You need to very clearly describe what it is in the description. People, like Pete said, people going there are there to they're expecting to pay a little bit more for a more handmade product. It's like a gateway to a small business for them.
And answer every inquiry.
And
customer service is key on there.
Well, the other thing is if you don't list it, they won't know that you can make it and sell it. So put everything on there that you would ever want to make. And it costs 20 cents, and put everything on there that you'd want to sell in like a production sort of situation. So if it's something you'd be like comfortable, if you got an order for 20 of them and you needed to get them out in 10 days, be sure you're comfortable to do that.
Oh, and also, I don't know if everyone knows that, but you don't have to have a finished item to list it. You can list an item that you sell regularly or you've done before that you know how to do, list it, put a 2-week lead time or 10-day lead time, whatever on it.
Yeah.
Some people think you have to have stock. Like, no, you don't. You can just make to order. So
I don't
that's
know
good
who
too.
thinks that, but you definitely don't, because I don't keep any stock anymore.
Yeah.
Dan?
I don't have anything to add.
Ditto.
I just
Outstanding.
wanna
List
say
some shirts
ditto
and they
to
will
Mike
sell.
and Pete.
Right,
I
Dan?
have an Etsy store. It doesn't do as well as Mike and Pete's.
It will.
But you've made some sales, right?
Oh,
And
yeah.
all you
I
had to
made-
do
I made some
was
sales around the holidays. I
list
take
it.
a lot of my scraps or offcuts and I make cutting boards or whatever, and I list them on Etsy.
When you get
And I
that
did-
CNC, Dan, you're
Oh,
going to
yeah,
start
for
moving
sure.
some stuff. When you add personalization options.
That's the plan.
Yeah.
The plan is to use that CNC to move stuff on Etsy. But in the past, I've just used my offcuts to make cutting boards and whatnot, and charcuterie boards, and list them on Etsy. I made an extra $1,500 around the holidays.
It's nice.
I mean, that's how I use Etsy.
Almost pays for your CNC. And now you
Yeah.
have a whole year to make even more stuff with that CNC.
For sure. Well, whenever the CNC arrives.
Yeah.
Right. Who knows? June, July. This next question is from Chad Hibbs from chadhibbs.com woodworking.
Hey guys, my question this week is in regards to letting other people use your tools. I'm going to be away from my wood shop for some time, not able to use my tools, and a good friend of mine said, hey Chad, you're going to be gone. How about I use your wood shop while you're gone? I wanted to hear your thoughts on, what you think about letting other people use your tools. Do you allow them to use it when you're there? Do you allow them to use it when you're not there? Just want to get your thoughts. Thanks, guys.
Chad, first of all, I would not tell the internet that you're going to be gone from your house for any amount of time.
Dibs on a joiner.
Yeah, right. And real quick for my answer is zero chance I'm letting someone else use my saws or any of my tools for many reasons. One is liability, like number one. And two is that's mine. Don't touch it. I will let people, like when I'm here in my shop and I let some local woodworkers come do stuff here because I do have nicer machinery than them and they're able to do stuff they can't. And I don't charge them. I just like, they're nice guys that I like in the area. Except for my CNC, I'll charge you through the nose, but everything else they can come here and use locally. I like those guys that let them use it locally, but yeah, I mean, I'm not letting someone come into my home and use my tools. Dan?
Same. I will not let somebody come use my stuff if I'm not here. But if I'm here and somebody local like reaches out to me and they kind of show me that they're a real person, I will invite them to my shop and I will help them and guide them on how to use my tools. I have
like
no
on
problem with
Ghost.
that. Yeah, actually,
you guide them.
The Bernie mittens. But yeah,
Mittens.
I let local people come to my shop all the time. I just had a local guy come to my shop and I helped him like glue up this huge panel and we resolved it on my bandsaw and we ran it through my drum sander and we glued it up with my domino. I have no problems helping out local people because I know that I am lucky and I'm super grateful for everything that I have. So I like to pay it forward a little bit and help local guys. You gotta
help other people out, man.
Yeah, I have no problem with that. I recognize that. Pete.
Yeah, ditto. If I'm not home, don't even try to stop by. Got cameras. But yeah, I mean, also, I'm not insured for that like that. I'm insured. I have an umbrella policy and like, I don't want to just the liability alone. I don't want to deal with that. Now, if I have friends coming over or local makers that I know pretty well, yeah, come over, we can work together or whatever. But if I'm not in the house, get the hell out of here. Go get. That's it. So ditto.
That was really great. The next one is from Moses Cho.
Let my people Cho.
He is in the Bible.
Hey guys, this is Moses with Chosen Craft Co. It's a two-part question, so I hope you guys can handle it. The first part is, if you guys had a major injury, what would it be? And I'm not talking about broken bones or boo-boo. It's a major life-changing event. Something like amputation, loss of sight, like big, major stuff. It's kind of morbid, I'm sorry, but I'm curious. What would it be? And the second part is, with this injury, you're not able to woodwork. What would you do? Obviously, it's very limiting you, not being able to even woodwork. So what could you do, I guess? Thanks, guys. Enjoy.
Pete, I don't really understand the first question. Like,
first
are you
question is-
choosing the injury?
Yeah, you choose like what is the worst? Oh damn! What is the worst injury like you can live with? That like if you have to choose what injury you had.
You ever see Darth Maul? He got
Okay.
cut in half in the stomach.
I'd say yeah, but then you got the robot parts. I'd say take my leg. Take my leg. Leave my sight. I want to hear.
Take my leg. Take my leg.
Take my leg.
When
take
no
my,
one
you know
is
this.
around you. No, all right.
Go in,
Doesn't
chop
sound
my
anything
leg
like Crimea
through.
River.
Okay. Yeah, take my leg. I'll still be fine. Not both. The one. You get one. I think that's a fair thing.
You can still
Moses.
woodwork with one leg.
Moses,
for
you can have
sure.
one of my legs. That's it, man. But like, I get you're a patron. Oh, he's not a patron. No, you're not getting my leg.
Yeah, he didn't get anything.
But yeah, no, everything else. I want to keep all my
You get a pile
sight
of
and whatever.
Never mind.
But like, and if I couldn't do woodworking anymore, if like whatever, I realized I was allergic to cast iron and sawdust and whatever, I would probably do like 3D design and modeling and 3D printing, which is something what I do on the side. That or be a video game streamer. I just play video games and
Basically a
stream all
video
day.
game
Just sit
streamer.
here all day and get all fat and be like, Dan?
It's rude.
Well, first of all, I feel like that last statement was an attack.
NBA 2K all day.
2K21. Stop it. I've never thought of this. I don't know if I
We
have
literally played this in a pre-show. You should have thought.
Well, like I listen.
The what now?
Nobody listens to that.
So I had a kidney stone once.
Actually, I guess I would give up a kidney. I mean, I got 2 of those, and I can live without a kidney.
No, you have to not be able to woodwork anymore, is what he said.
I guess it's 2 questions. So one is like, what major injury would you be okay with? Just not a woodworking.
Is that what he
question.
said? I don't
A
understand
kidney
the question.
puncture. I'd be okay with a kidney puncture. I don't understand the question.
Me either.
How do you?
I choose it.
I'm okay with.
Yeah, you if like, what is one major disability you'd be okay with?
Losing a pinky finger. Those are useless. I'm okay with that.
I mean, major is like, I'm thinking hand.
That's
Then
pretty major. Have you ever lost a finger? It's a
Yeah.
major injury. Get a saw stop, bro.
I can't. They're on back order.
People need to watch the video to see what
Yeah.
Mike's doing. I don't have an answer, Moses. I'm really sorry. I don't know. Mike, please stop doing that and answer the question.
No, I don't understand the question. I guess I would have to lose both my legs to the jointer. And if I couldn't,
that's the way to go. Yeah.
that's the way to do it. I mean, if you're
Just
going to
gonna
do it, you do it.
Run them down like a
But no, but
food
no,
processor.
keep passing him through it 1/32 at an inch of an inch at a time.
Just back and forth. You got to have some good dust collection for human body parts in the jointer.
Keep
Human
that in mind.
jointer, episode 46.
It's just a hand plane. And what if,
you
Mike,
know-
if you couldn't do woodworking, what would you do? Aside from clearly stripping, because the body, I get it.
I'd charge by the pound and I'd be a billionaire.
Stupid. So dumb.
I'd
You
be
really,
the,
you know what? Sometimes you really carry your weight on this podcast.
Who's the guy you live by, Dan? I'd be the Warren
Warren
Buffett of
Buffett.
strippers.
So a rich stripper?
I mean, they all are. Let's see here. Actually, I don't know. I'd probably still do the podcast because I'd assume I didn't lose my head. And,
Right.
you know, I wouldn't be woodworking anymore because, you know, that's the whole premise of this very
And you
weird
wouldn't be on the
question.
podcast. You're fired.
That's right. It's a
Yeah.
woodworking podcast. So I guess I'd be pretty heavy into Minecraft and
May I
baking
suggest
shows.
2K21?
Yeah, you and me could. I don't know. This question's so dumb. I'm sorry, Moses. I love you, but this doesn't make any sense.
Moses, I thought
All
it was
right,
great. I
next
answered
question.
both.
This next question is from J the D. I said it like that because I'm writing it down because I forgot to
After
earlier.
this question, we
No,
need
let's do
to
let's do it now because we only have 4 left.
Oh,
do it now.
Give
Do it
away,
now.
give away. Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna do it now. We're doing it live.
We're doing it live.
All right. So,
Oh, Pete's pooping. Shocking.
last week, the Macbeth sponsored giveaway, we gave away 2 jet parallel clamps that are 24 inches long. That is $120 value. Our man Ben Miller won that. He won around Christmas. He won the Sticker Beat like holiday giveaway.
Yeah, the extra on top giveaway.
Yeah, he won the extra giveaway. So he won the actual Macbeth giveaway this week. Congratulations,
nice.
Ben. This week we are giving away. It's a very niche crowd, so hopefully somebody could use this. But Macbeth is giving away a Saw Stops 10-inch standard brake cartridge.
Hey, if someone wants to sell that to me for listing, I'll buy it from you.
Oh, for sure. I mean,
double the price.
Here's the thing. Saw Stop is like back ordered on everything right now. So we're not telling you what to do with your winnings, but if you list them on the internet, if you can't use it, you might get a little bit more than asking or retail price. Just saying.
Not telling you to gouge.
Not
but
telling
you can
you to
straight
gouge.
up
Not
gouge.
telling you to do anything. Just throwing that out there. But we want to thank Macbeth for giving away another thing.
Absolutely. Big thank you to Macbeth.
I have a code phrase, possibly, and it really, I really should.
Is it Petrie's Boy Cave?
No, because that should be the show title.
Show title.
I'm not taking that from you. I'm gonna thank Moses for the code phrases. So I got a couple of them. Amputation woodworking.
Ooh.
No. I don't like it. No.
Or human dust collection.
Human jointer.
Human jointer. It's so weird.
What do you want it to be, Dan? This is your.
What do you want it to be?
I don't want it to be any of those, but I don't have anything better.
Okay, I've got El Camino cheese curds.
Ooh, I forgot about that.
I've got
Are these all pre-show jokes though?
Walnut stained Gooch wood.
I think these are all from the pre-show.
How are we sponsored?
If people aren't in the pre-show, they don't understand the
Who
joke.
cares? It doesn't matter. They need to get in the pre-show.
No, that's what I'm saying. People need to join the pre-show.
Uncle Rico's Robo Bench.
Robo.
Right. I added that last one.
Oh yeah.
Do you have another?
No?
What was the walnut stained Gooch wood?
Walnut stained Gooch wood.
That's it.
That's so bad. Was that in a pre-show?
That's
I don't know.
These
Who
are all
knows?
pre-show jokes.
I don't even.
Walnut
cheese
stained Gooch wood.
Gooch wood.
454 ounces of cheese curds.
Dan, can you please? I can't believe I'm saying this. Dan, can you spell Gooch for everyone?
Gooch.
Thank you. There's no T. There's no silent T.
I don't think there is. No. It's pretty phonetic. So, walnut stained Gooch wood is your code phrase this week, ladies and gentlemen. Send that to us at an email at awpgiveaway@gmail.com. Thank you for listening. Back to the show.
I Googled it. It is the correct spelling, Dan. Nice job. Also, Taylor Gooch, apparently a professional golfer.
Yeah, he's one of my
Tristan
faves.
names. Terrible name.
Super fan over here.
That's
Gooch
no good.
Thermal
Taylor
Systems in
Gooch.
Pennsylvania. That sucks. I gotta stop Googling.
You got to keep it warm. All right. This next one.
What? Why don't I look this up earlier? Would have had another catchphrase.
We got to wrap this up.
All right.
This
Yeah.
next
J to D.
question is from Josh the Dad. Outro from the walnut stained Goochwood straight into Josh the Dad.
Hey guys, it's Josh the Dad. Yeah, Josh the Dad, one of the big IG coming at you with a pop in the brain question. Now, I love how we can ask questions here and you guys give honest feedback. And it doesn't matter what skill level you are, you probably are going to learn something. So thank you for that. So here's the question. I've got some chisels that I need to sharpen. I have a really crummy stone thingy that I throw a little oil on and it kind of gets an edge, but not what it needs to be. I'm still scared to use my chisels because I'm going to slip and cut my thumb off. So here's my question. What should I sharpen them with? What kind of stone or diamond thing or grinder? I don't know. What should a normal woodworker have
my favorite.
in order to get a good edge, nice and sharp on some chisels? Thanks, guys. Have a great week.
Dan, What should he use to sharpen his chisels?
I won't tell you what you should use, but don't go on Grinder. First of all, I use a diamond stone plate, a diamond plate. What's super important is whatever you're using is very flat. Those stones can erode over time and become concave, and they won't be as flat as they were when you first bought them. They're good. I use them as well. I have a couple, but nothing beats the diamond plate that I bought off Amazon. I think it was like $50. It's like a 600, 1200 grit, flip it over. Those are great. I can't tell you how great they are. They're fantastic. That's what I recommend. You can get those sharpening systems. What is that thing called? The Pro. I don't know what it is. There's a sharpening system out there. The name escapes me all of a sudden.
Pro Sharp? No.
Sharp Pro.
Sharp Pro.
Sharpnado 2. Return of the Sharp.
Sharpnado XL.
You can get those, but they're really expensive, and if you're not doing a lot of sharpening, I don't think that it's worth it for you. Get a nice little diamond plate. Pete.
I cannot recommend enough sandpaper. There's a video I'm going to drop in the show notes by Paul Sellers where he takes a set of Aldi chisels from Aldi, the store that sells food too. And I have a set of those, and they're fantastic, actually.
Of course you do.
Of course I do. I won them in a giveaway. Yeah, I did. And no, they're actually really good.
This is like the perfect metaphor for Pete's life.
Yeah. Aldi chisels.
I won
from a
Aldi
giveaway.
chisels in a giveaway.
Yeah. It was like a 1,000. So, entry level. But this video is fantastic because it shows you how to sharpen without any stones. I think he might use them for like some of the honing, but honestly, I think he does the entire thing, if I remember correctly, on sandpaper stuck to a pane of glass. Now, if there's like a slab, what is it? A granite countertop place around you, knock on their door or not, maybe not now, maybe call ahead and be like, hey, do you guys have any like cracked pieces or offcuts? You don't need anything major. Because if you can get a nice granite slab, I got one, somebody was, I guess, doing demo, and there was just a bunch of cracked granite like all over the sidewalk. I took a piece, I squared it up, and I use it to put sandpaper on, and that's how I sharpen all my chisels. And when I'm done, I can shave the hair on my arm, not in my beard. It's too tough, but I'm kidding. Now I can shave the beard too, but it is razor sharp when it's done, and I don't use a single stone for it. The only stone I would use if I pick up a chisel at a flea market or something, and it's really good steel, but it's really beat up, I'll take it to a grinder to actually clean it up. So I'll send it out to somebody on the app that I met on the app, and then they send it back to me sharpened.
On the grinder app.
The grinder app, yep. And then I sharpen it, just sandpaper. Mike, how do you do it?
I used to use a diamond stone set from Amazon by a company called DMT, which I actually really recommend. Mine was a 3-stone set, and that was before I got my wet sharpener. I hate the sharpening process. Like, I really do not enjoy. Yeah, there's people who love it. It's like a sub hobby for woodworking. There's people who like it's an art form. They're amazing. They can throw their chisel and hit a fly and cut it into 4 pieces and stuff from across the room and stuff. Like, they really love sharpening. It's like a sub hobby for them. I don't care. I just want my edges sharp, and I want to be able to use my hand tools. So I bought this wet sharpener. It's amazing. So for me, it's well worth it. But if you don't want to make that big, it's a big investment. So it's tough to justify unless you're using your hand tools a lot. Those DMT stones, the diamond stones, I think they're like, the price fluctuates so much. You just got to keep an eye on it. Like, I've seen them as high as $110, and the 3-piece set that I have, I got them when they were like $59, and it fluctuates all the time. So those are really good. But what Pete's saying with sandpaper, wet sandpaper on granite works great. So just depends.
Even glass, if you can't get it, glass plane.
You just need to get like a little honing guide to make sure your angle stays the same.
Yeah,
or
and
sure it stays
run
flat.
it back and forth.
The only problem with glass is that it's still technically a liquid and it will not be perfectly flat. So that's the only thing you got to factor in.
I mean, glass is pretty damn flat. You just need to put it on a flat surface.
Glass is a liquid still, and it will still, over time, it will, whatever plane it's on, it will sink down.
Physically, it's a hard thing.
Over 20, 30 years, yes, it will. It's not machined to be perfectly flat like granite is, but it is flat-ish. The next question is from Matt Morgan. It's for sure from Matt Morgan.
What's up, guys? Matt from Garden State Woodshop. Question, two-part question. First question is, since Dan finally decided to pick up a dust collector,
sick.
Mike has about 7 reference. Of them. Pete has a PSI.
I don't understand.
Penn State Industries. I just got it.
Anyway, I was wondering what you guys do with your dust when your bag is full. Do you make fire starters? Do you throw it out in the yard waste pickup day? Do you bring it to a dump, throw it in your garden? Because throwing it in your garden, I've heard mixed things about not being good for the plants. My bags seem to be getting full quite often, and I'd just like to hear what you guys do. Second part of the question is, how many times does Mike say "for sure" during an episode? I was listening to last week's, and I didn't start counting them, but geez. Hey, just curious. Talk to you soon.
Dan, what do you do with your dust?
I for sure put it right in the garbage
cool.
for the city waste. Like, it's an automated pickup, so there's no like garbage men or women.
Ooh, that's cool. Fancy in Omaha.
So
how does that work? Is it robots?
Yeah, it's kind of robotic.
Girl robots?
Yeah. I know everybody thinks that I live in the sticks,
and you do,
and there's no technology around, but like it's all automated, so I don't have to worry about it. I just put it in the big weekly garbage can and I dump it. Take care of it. Goes in the
What a weird flex.
What about you, Mike?
I do a few things. When it's this time of the year, I'll throw it like all of it in my fire pit, and I'll just throw a match in there, and it will burn for like a day and a half. It just smolders for a couple days, and it always smells good because I do a lot of walnut in here, so it always smells good around. Like, you can smell it when I'm driving home. You can smell it for like.
You don't want to burn that Gooch wood. The Gooch wood is
the walnut Gooch wood. That stinks. No, it's no.
The brown heartwood is the worst part.
Showstopper. I actually had a guy come, and I've actually done this a few times. He came and grabbed all my sawdust, and he turns them into fire starters. And so it's a local guy who actually works with my cousin. And then the other thing is I just throw it in my yard waste bin, and it goes away. So those are the things I do. In the summer, I don't burn it. Obviously, that's a fire hazard. But this time of the year, when it's cold and wet out, I'll burn it in the fire pit. And then you definitely don't want to put it in your garden because it will pull all the nitrates out of the soil and kill everything in the garden. So.
And typically, like, I don't know about you guys, but like the sawdust I'm working with fluctuates. So sometimes there's walnut, sometimes there's Hadouk, sometimes there's hickory, like, I don't know if I want to put that in my garden. Walnut is not great for any of that stuff. Obviously, I would never like put that in any sort of like animal bedding or anything like that. Walnut dust is poisonous to a lot of things. Keep that in mind.
Something I would like to do in the future when I'm not here and like at a different house, I would like to make like a compost bin, like a big U-shaped cinder block thing where I can throw all my dust chips and just throw them into a pile and rotate them every once in a while, because those will break down and eventually become good compost, but it takes a really long time for sawdust to break down. Sorry, Pete.
That's fine. Nobody tossed it to me yet, so you didn't cut me off.
I just did.
Oh,
when I said sorry.
Sorry,
that's
Pete.
my throw to you now. I say sorry, Pete.
No, he was talking to the audience. Sorry.
Yeah, sorry, comma.
From here
Pete's
on out,
turn.
The throw to Pete. Sorry, Pete.
Sorry,
Pete.
So yes, compost pile is a big one. We have a compost pile here that we mix some of the sawdust into, but obviously, like Dan said, it's a lot of times it's mixed stuff. You're not really just getting the one type of wood. So if I'm going to be milling up, like, let's say a lot of maple or something, I'll empty my bag out in the trash, and then with the fresh bag, I'll just mill up all the maple, especially if it's running through a planer or joiner a bunch. You get like nice kind of flaky chips. You're not getting like sawdust. And I toss it in that. And in the fall, if you were going to put it in your garden, you put it in the fall after you've harvested everything, and put it in the soil and add some manure, whatever you want to put in there, and leave it all winter. And by spring, it's golden. You never want to do it like right before planting, because it's going to mess everything up. But if you do it in the fall, it's the same thing as in the forest. Just things kind of fall down. They kind of mill around all winter underneath the snow. And then spring, it's all good and stuff grows again. Yes, I do make some fire starters, but it's usually with the flaky stuff. And as for the trash, the New Jersey laws on the stuff like that, or at least in my town, that's technically or green waste. So it's like the same thing as like leaf pickup, which they don't do all year round. But I do this thing called bribery, where I give my garbage men a 6-pack every couple of months because they're doing a great job. And no, they are. I mean, they're working their butt off, because I don't have robot garbage men. I have real men here and women. So I give them a 6-pack, and I can put a dead body out there and they'll pick it up. So just saying. Dan?
So I want to come back to talking about what I do. We do have yard waste pickup or green pickup or whatever you want to call it. And I actually called the city and asked if I could put sawdust in there, and I told them what it was, and I was told no. So that's why I do the garbage.
Yeah.
It makes no sense to me. It makes no sense to me whatsoever, because, whatever.
I'm also in a town where like people don't always put out like garbage bins. They just put out garbage bags. And if you do that, if you're in one of those towns, please double bag it or something. Don't just put it in like a loose bag.
Wrap
the
that
last
rascal.
thing you want is like the garbage man. I don't know if you've ever seen them just like tossing the bags, like just throwing them across the street. You don't want that thing to rip, because
You guys don't have bins?
We do, but like when it's like a simple pickup, or whatever, at least in my town, people just like leave a bag or
You
two
think
out.
that I live?
We don't have crazy raccoons and stuff, so it's fine. Places where you got, crazy animals, that you can't do that.
Sure.
Bears.
Yeah, you don't want that thing exploding in their face. They're gonna be mad.
I heard it attracts bears.
Bears. Yeah. Beats.
I actually called
because-
as well. I actually called as well, and they said definitely green waste for that. Sorry, Luna's here. If you
Luna!
can hear by her jowls slapping around as she shook her whole body.
I thought that was you twerking.
Trying to get those TikTok views. Make those cheeks
Mike
clap.
twerks at 1 hour 20 minutes.
Yep.
That's right. That's a good show title. This next question's from. We got to get going. I mean, this is an hour and 20 minutes in. We got two more.
Last one.
Tyler Isaacs. We got two more.
Oh.
Hey guys, good morning. Tyler here, Wood and Whiskers Trading Company.
Definitely not morning.
So I wanted your thoughts or advice or tips. I'm looking to purchase my first spray system, kind of entry level, maybe intermediate level, and wanted to kind of see what's out there and wanted your thoughts. Thanks, guys. Catch you tonight.
I think we're all going to have the same answer for entry level.
Yeah, just answer, Dan.
The Fuji sprayer, it's like $900. Totally get that.
I was gonna say the home right.
Yeah, that was
Oh,
the home right.
Good,
I get what
good
you
job
did
on
there.
that joke, Pete.
Oh,
Yeah.
I missed it.
Thank you.
I was gonna say just buy the handle that attaches to the little
The
paint
spray
cans.
can.
Yeah, because honestly, that's
$4 handle.
if you want to talk entry level, that's a game changer.
That's pretty entry level.
Yeah, it's entry level.
And
but
talk
like,
about not wanting to save money. I mean, if you buy rattle cans for everything, you're like out like $3,000 by the end of the year. You might as well buy 2 Fujis.
Right.
I mean,
Yes.
rattle cans are expensive.
Absolutely. The answer is buy the home right sprayer, the
Yeah.
Supermax, I believe. It is
Mhm.
like, I think it's like $100.
It's like
sprayer.
It's
$89.
$100. They have the
It's
regular home right,
fantastic.
which is only $49 too, and it'll only push clear finish. It won't do paint. But
Yeah,
that
the
one's
clear
a
finishes
really cheap option.
are notoriously thinner than paint.
Yeah. That's it. No one else needs to answer that. Let's
No.
move.
Perfect
The next
answer.
one's from Willow Wood Design.
Hey fellas, it's Ben from Willowwood Designs Co. I just want to hear your guys' thoughts on where you see woodworking in the next 10 years. Maybe if someone's got a retirement plan around that time frame, is woodworking going to change? Is it going to stay the same? And maybe is it a good idea for a retirement plan? Are you going to be able to support a family off of it? This is something I'm highly into, and I want to do that when I retire. So looking forward to your guys' thoughts. Thanks.
Dan, you're almost retired due to how old you are. You went.
Oh my God.
Well, here's the thing. Woodworking has been around for a couple millennia.
Is it older?
It's pretty old.
Mahogany.
It's like all the
Gooch.
Oh
man, I love Alder
reals,
so much.
I don't think it's gonna change too much. You
Yeah.
know, the only thing that's gonna change is the tools that we use.
Those are gonna get better.
Obviously, CNCs are kind of like coming into light quite a bit recently. I think in the last 10 years they've really blown up.
So hot right now.
I wouldn't say woodworking is going to change. I don't see how it could change much. I mean, you're just putting wood together, right? I mean,
it's going to become steel.
It's centuries old, like medium. If you want to retire to do woodworking, I really believe that's kind of all on you, man. I mean, it's all about your drive and what you want to put into it. You're gonna get out of it what you put into it. So it's really in your ballpark for that. What do you think, Pete?
I think I agree that it's not really going to change much. It's been around for so long. The tools are going to improve a little bit. Obviously, CNC's going to be a big addition. Lasers now, technology is growing, and even 3D printing is people are 3D printing like furniture parts.
Are they 3D printing wood?
So fun fact, there is wooden PLA plastics that are embedded
Really?
with sawdust. Yeah, you can you can literally stain it
Today
and
I
everything.
learned.
Yeah, I'll print some stuff one day and show you guys. But I think the biggest challenge you're going to be up against.
Sounds beautiful.
Yeah, it's gorgeous. And it's Gooch wood.
This is my printed mahogany Gooch wood.
Yeah, Gooch wood.
Console table.
Actually, I'm gonna get some wooden PLA and show you guys.
You'll show us.
Oh, I'll show you.
Gorgeous.
I'm gonna print the whole desk.
If
this
that
small.
isn't the show title, I'm quitting. Printed mahogany Gooch wood.
So gross.
It is now.
So futuristic. But the thing I think you're gonna run up against the most is other woodworkers and makers. Over the last 10 years or so, we've all been flooded with the DIY movement. It was a real thing. A lot of people got into it. A bunch of those people have stayed in the business. A lot of them just fell off. It was a fad for them, but like a lot of people have gotten into woodworking or making of some kind, and they're still in the game, and they're going to be in the game for a while. So you've got potentially more competition. So I'd say you got to make sure to diversify, stay on your toes, because I mean, you can make a living doing woodworking all the time, but if you really want to shine, you got to kind of stand out or be very diverse, because there's a lot of people out there doing the same thing because of what's happening. And now with COVID and everyone just kind of hunkering down and, trying to make stuff on the side, it's gotten even bigger. Like Etsy's exploding. Their numbers on Etsy are crazy high. I forget the numbers because I read the article the other day.
7. It's
7. 7 people have bought things this year. It's crazy.
It's crazy.
Mike?
I have no idea where woodworking is going to be in 10 years. I think the only thing that's going to really change is like what consumables people are using and like the tools that are around. Like Dan said, like, there's finishes that were popular 10 years ago that no one cares about now, but that doesn't really affect the overarching model of woodworking, and none of that stuff matters. That's all like what's popular right now. So, I mean, there's things that just don't change about woodworking. What joinery works, what you need to do when you're joining wood together. There's just certain things that are just like fundamental parts of woodworking that will never change. And I think that's the thing. Like, we've kind of learned everything about how to manipulate the medium.
Mm-hmm.
So we're not going to learn. No one's gonna be like, whoa, look at this joint. It turns the wood into metal. It's not going to happen. I mean, we've learned everything we can about woodworking. Now we're just kind of like doing all this crazy stuff at this point, but the fundamentals will never change. I also think that we're in an interesting time right now where I think 10 years ago, more than that, I think there was a period of time where people were like, I'm buying everything at the cheapest price I can possibly get it. and they would spend all their money at like places like Target or IKEA, and that was the drive. I think there seems to be a movement towards bespoke, handmade,
Handcrafted.
supporting small business right now, and who knows how long that's going to last. That's what could change. Actual woodworking, it won't change, but the demand for woodworking could change, and you just don't know.
That's
like
perfect.
It could be different in like 10 years. It could go back to, there's so many reasons that can affect why that would happen. There could be some massive economic shift. There could be all kinds of things that would change why people are needing or wanting to buy cheaper stuff. I think during the Depression, people probably weren't looking for bespoke live edge slab tables. They were probably looking for a crate that someone threw out behind their restaurant
That
to
they could
use
live
as a
in.
table. Yeah, like right, exactly. Like,
Yeah.
like it's all about where things are in society. So the craft will always be there, but the demand for the craft will always go up and down. It just will always do that. And it just happens to be that right now we're in a period that appears to have high demand for it. And it looks like it's still climbing. I think we're on like a really good time to be in woodworking.
It's a renaissance.
Right. And it
But
is.
what
It seems like,
But it really is. It's
It has
I mean,
definitely
it really-
peaking
with
right
our
now.
current situation with COVID. I mean, a lot of people are at home and they want to support small businesses, like Mike said. And while people are at home, this is my own thing. This is my own belief. While people are at home and they're looking around,
They
you
want
know,
to enjoy nice
like,
things.
They're kind of like looking at their current situation and like, I would love to upgrade this. And I think that's driving a lot of the current business.
yeah, I think people are like, before, when you're kind of busy with the, the hustle and bustle of your day job, you're just like, okay, I have this table that I throw my keys on every day when I come home, right? Now you're like at home every day with this table you bought and it looks like crap. So you're like, man, I'd really like the thing that's in the place where I spend all my time now to be nice.
Yep.
When you start spending all your time at home, you want those things to be nice.
Right.
So, and this isn't like a dig on any socioeconomic status, but wealthy people don't work. They have jobs or income that allows them to be home more often. And they are kind of the whales of purchasing handmade and nice high-end stuff because they are home. They spend most of their money and time making their home or homes better. So they're a good customer to get in woodworking. Right now, we're in a situation where the economy has definitely been hard on groups of people, but there's also groups of people who have not, like Dan, Pete, myself. We didn't get financially wrecked by the economy. Some people definitely did, and we need to help them, but we didn't. And we're kind of like,
we're very
sadly, I guess we're fortunate to be in a situation where it's going well for us because we're doing woodworking and people are wanting to buy those things. So anyway, it depends on what's going on around you. But the bottom line is, if you like doing it, you need to do it. You should do it because it brings you happiness. Now, if you're in a situation where you're retiring and you still need an income, who knows? Who knows where it's going to be in 10 years, if it's going to be a viable income.
Yeah,
man, I hope so.
The bottom line is, if we could predict that, we could be multi-millionaires by playing the stock market.
We wouldn't be doing a podcast.
Exactly.
We'd be off the coast of Madagascar swimming with spider monkeys or something. But anyway.
Yeah, that's it.
The American dream of swimming with spider monkeys off of Madagascar. Anyway, that's the episode. What a real train wreck. Thanks for listening to this. If you did, I apologize for Pete and everything he said. Thank you to
I don't take any of it back.
No, thank you to Bear Hollow Supply for supporting the show. Thank you to the patrons. You guys are incredible. If you could give us a 5-star review, that'd be cool too. We don't really know if it helps us, but we think it does. So that's important.
That'd be nice.
That'd be nice. It just makes us feel good. Always keep sharing the show. We really appreciate that. Even though we're not great about resharing it on the podcast account, it really does mean a lot to us. So please keep doing that and
I feel like that's
tagging
an
us.
attack on me.
It was definitely an attack on Dan. I know that Pete went in there and there was over 7,000 mentions that were not reshared. No, seriously though. We really appreciate you guys very much. Thanks for supporting the show. Keep listening, keep sharing, keep sending us questions. What's the guy's name? Brett Willis. Thanks for getting the joke about, the long voice message, man. We really do appreciate you writing in again. Really greatly appreciated. Chad, thanks for your hilarious location tags on your voicemails. They're pretty good. Keep up that. They do not go unnoticed. So thanks to everyone who calls in, and we'll talk to you guys next week. Bye.
Love you. Bye.
Love you long time.